What's up, geniuses? My name is Adrian Rivera, and today we're going to be going over the question, should you buy beats as a rapper and or singer, and is it even worth it? Now, before we get into the video, I want to mention something. Welcome back to my wall. As you can tell, the wall is almost complete, but there's this one spot that's super empty. You know what belongs here? An 100,000 subscriber play button. Do I have 100,000 subscribers yet? No! So help me out, be a part of this wall, and subscribe. I don't want this wall to be empty for too long. Now, I'm super happy to say that today's video is sponsored by DistroKid. DistroKid is a music distributing service that gets your music onto big platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all of those platforms. I've been using DistroKid ever since 2017. I love DistroKid and I'm a big advocate for it. I've said this many times in other videos. I really love DistroKid, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. They're super cheap, so it's really helpful for independent artists like you and me. Their lowest plan starts at $20 a year and you get to upload as much music as you want to almost any platform. They really care about their community and independent artists are their big priority, so they treated me really well and I know they're gonna treat you guys well as well. So if you need a distributor, you wanna get your music onto bigger platforms and do more things with your music, use my referral link. It's 7% off and I get a little kickback every time somebody signs up using that link. It really helps support the channel and you guys get a discount, so it's like a win-win situation. Feel free to use the link. It's the first link in the description and it's also right here. Like I said before, love DistroKid, can't say it enough, but without further ado, let's get into the video. So should you buy beats as a rapper and or singer? Personally, I'm a producer and I have my own beat store, but I'm not gonna be biased and tell you guys to get beats just because I sell beats, which by the way, if you're looking for any beats, adrianrivera.com. But anyway, even though I sell beats, I'm not gonna be biased when I talk about if you should get them or not. And this doesn't go just for my beats, but this goes for any beats like you get on BeatStars or Airbit, anywhere you wanna get your beats from. In all honesty, I think that if you are a rapper and or singer and you know some things about music production and you can produce your own beat, go with producing your own beat. When it comes to producing your own beat, you have all the rights to that beat as long as you didn't use any samples that you weren't allowed to use. This means that you could upload this beat to anywhere you want and you won't have to worry about any copyright claims because you shouldn't have any copyright issues in the first place if it's all coming from you. As an artist, whenever I make a song, I always use my own beats. I never buy from other people. But the thing is, I've been producing for a super long time, ever since I was in 6th grade. So I know a lot about music production and I have enough knowledge about it to be able to produce my own beats. There's a lot of info on the internet on how you can make really good beats and how to produce beats. And with services coming around like Splice where you can get samples that you can use for your beats that are free for commercial use, it's a lot easier for rappers and singers now to be able to produce their own stuff. You don't have to know a lot about music theory, you just need to know if it sounds good to you or not. And personally, as an artist, being able to rely on yourself for these beats and being able to rely on yourself for everything puts you ahead of the game because you don't need to wait on anybody to get you what you need. For example, I'm my own producer, engineer, I record my own vocals, I mix my own vocals, I do everything for my music. I even create the cover arts, and when I need to make a music video, I do music videos by myself. So I really do not have to rely on anybody to do anything that I need for my music. So what takes other people about a month to do, I can do within a week. And I'm not saying this stuff just to flex, but it's just the honest truth. Because I can rely on myself, I don't need to spend money on the things that I already know how to do, and I don't need to wait for anybody else that might be unreliable. So I would say if you can make your own beats, please go for that. Just make sure that you're not using any samples that you don't have the rights to use. However, depending on your situation, you might want to buy beats because it's better off for you. Let's say you're somebody that works a lot and you don't have a lot of background into producing, but you know how to rap, you know how to sing. If you don't have a lot of free time on your hands, you really only have time to record your lyrics and mix and master them. If you have the money, buying a beat from a beat store will save you a lot of time if you don't have that much time on your hands. And sometimes some producers just do it better than others. Even though I'm my own producer, there's a lot of sounds that I hear from other artists that I just can't replicate because every producer is unique and they have their own sound to their music. So let's say you're surfing through a beat store and you find a beat that you really like. It's not like you can just remake this beat and make it as your own. If you really like that beat, you're gonna have to buy that beat to make a song with it. And the thing is, there's no shame in that. Sometimes people even think it's a bad thing to use samples. But in reality, when you collaborate with other people, you start thinking of ideas that you never thought before. So it really shouldn't be a bad thing if you found a beat that you really want to use. Now, when it comes to buying beats though, there are some limitations. When you purchase a beat, you're not actually buying a beat, you're buying a lease to use the beat. Leases are just contracts that lay out the rights to how you can use the beat. Most of the time, depending on how much you pay for the beat, there will be limits onto how many streams you can get, how many downloads you can get, and all that stuff. And also, depending on how much you pay, you might only get an MP3 file of the beat, you might get a WAV file of the beat, or you might get trackouts/stems that'll allow you to mix and master the beat however you want. Beats can range anywhere from like $1 to $1,000, so there's a wide selection of beats out there. You just gotta find which one's good for you. Personally, on my beat store, I don't put any limit to how much your song could be streamed. No matter which plan you go for, everything's always unlimited, so you get unlimited streams, unlimited downloads, music videos, radio stations, performances, basically everything. But like I said, my beat store is not the only beat store. There's a bunch of birds. But like I said, my beat store isn't the only beat store that's out there. There's a bunch of different places that you could get beats. However, I feel that if you have the time and the capability to produce your own beats, you really should, because that gives you the most freedom with what you can do with your song. Again, if you want to get your songs onto big platforms like Spotify, feel free to use my referral link. You get 7% off. I get a little kickback when somebody signs up, so it helps us both. And if you need beats, feel free to check out my beat store. I always put my full effort into my beats. Now, my videos aren't free. The cost of my videos is 1 like, so if you watch this video, make sure you leave 1 like, or else you're gonna have to owe more likes in the future. So make sure you do it right now. And also feel free to subscribe. That wall needs an 100,000 subscriber play button. So help me get there. I really appreciate your guys' support. Subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or leave any suggestions on what I should do next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Oh, this quarantine stuff is pretty crazy, so make sure you guys stay safe in there. And remember, don't be afraid to show your genius.